Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. You are already what you search. It's here now, regardless of the talk of your mind. So what could it be that makes one search? And finally search what? The goal may be harmony, joy, love, knowledge. All this is due to a deep feeling of separation, unsatisfaction not to be fulfilled, full. How come that deep unsatisfaction rises? Or that continuous search of something better, something else, always some more beyond? How come it rises? There must be some wave, some movement which is taken for real, rising from who you are. That's it. It is the I search. I am a seeker. I search. And I will find. Seeker, finder, always some label according to the experience. So the rising movement is taken for real. Why? Sorry. It's winter coming. One has gripped the concept of I am the body and I am the mind. I am body-mind. That's why he says, I'm born. I have a personal existence and I will die. That comes from the trust in the experience of the body-mind, which goes on changing, and with time, which goes on aging, to go to disappearance. Appearance, disappearance. It is the proper of what's unreal by nature. Dreams are called unreal because they come and go. And all this manifestation is called a dream or a mirage because things inside, even from the start, go on changing. So what is aware of that changes, those changes? That's who you are. And you can never objectify who you are. Otherwise it becomes a part of the expression, of the manifestation, of the creation, which is by nature dual. Birth, death, pain, pleasure, black, white. It's dual. Whatever is created is dual. Creatures, creator. So who you are has not to be confused by a movement of the mind, by any movement, any expression. any experience, any understanding. So I insist, when one identifies to be a seeker who wants to liberate himself from illusions, that mind of the seeker has to be clear, has to get discrimination, not to follow any offering, any teaching which may not suit his demand, his search. So that discrimination has to be clear. So whatever I can describe, it's not who I am in reality. And so a seeker, he cannot control his search. It is there, even if he doesn't for a while want to hear about it. It comes back. And the solution to that search is not with a final experience or final understanding or the most sublime experience, which is at the level of the creation also. It was not there before, suddenly it comes, and you can be sure that nothing is permanent, so it will leave also. So the answer to that search is to finally see, surrender, that it's not the mind which will bring it. The mind is limited, the mind comes from who you are. So you have not to work with your mind about it. So for a period of time, that mind has to be emptied. That bag of questions and convictions and concepts has to be emptied to leave place to this. It's a defeat. In the mind, I'm helpless. Finally, I may keep quiet, where I always was. I keep quiet prior grasping any movement of the mind. The mind comes second, or you can say is a first step of separation from who you are. In reality, there is nothing like that. It's pure hallucination. But once you are in this dream, you feel glued to a dream, you cannot wake up from it. There is like a kind of exit to it, not with the mind, as I say. But don't play with the mind for an instant. Don't grasp anything of the mind for an instant. Keep quiet. So, satsang is your space. You come because maybe you are cooked enough, well done, still you like the subject. Maybe you are seekers. In that, I always suggest to express your questions, your doubts, your convictions, share your experience to check or to see what is all what you believe still in. And I will have the great joy to throw you back from where you never live, even if you believe so. So I'm not going to have a long discourse. It's just an introduction. I think everybody knows what is satsang here. For a period of time also, one needs to be even to who you are as you are it always. So you don't need efforts for that. Yet if there is something remaining, appearing, taken for real, you have to make tremendous effort not to follow what you are used to follow. It's only for a period of time. It's anyway an illusion of movements. So just see where you land or whatever, and you tell me, I have not much else to tell. And you came, so you must fulfill your coming. You see, we delay, we postpone all our life. That's what we do. We postpone. Because we believe that the achievement will be in the future, in time, or because we want to delay because of an extremely good intuition, the moment not to take I, this famous I, body-mind, for real, to make that belief disappear. I will not disappear, the belief that I is real disappears. For that, of course, a satsang is not enough. One gets fire, one gets passionate to be liberated from illusion, so it becomes a life of investigation, of good company, of the same lineage of pointing out, good company of those who love this, and of satsang alive. And the silence, you see, I will demystify it also, because it's not because circumstances are quite good in satsang. So you may have a quiet mind, still a mind. So it means it was not there before, the silence is here now, it's a state, and it will leave you after. So don't be satisfied also with a quiet mind. You see, a quiet mind, sometimes I have a quiet mind and sometimes I am agitated. So it belongs to the time because it belongs to the mind. But from where this mind comes? Where it disappears? That's what you are. Who you are, what you are, can never be experienced. Otherwise, it's becoming part of the creation again. I have this experience. Cannot be felt. So don't try to feel who you are in reality. Because it's I who will still feel something. It cannot be understood. Because understanding is always a thought, still a thought. Who was a thought? I have this thought. So one has to really spot, some misunderstanding is with this I. I is the root cause of this confusion. The root cause of this manifestation. Can you utter anything without uttering I? Even very cleverly, some will say something without uttering I, but they utter it inside. So just see if it is not clear. I will be happy to make it clear. So I is the root cause of the grasping. And all this is in the dream. It came, it will pass, it will vanish. And when you free yourself from illusions, from grasping concepts, this dream, I will still appear, disappear. Exactly the same. What will not be there is the confusion. Freed from confusion. Free to take yourself for something else. Freed from the one you think you are. And that is priceless. It doesn't come in all millions of incarnations. We may still speak like this, just to show that how deeply rooted is the habit to take oneself for one who I think I am. So liberate yourself. When this idea of freedom, of liberation comes, catch it. Because that idea, which is still a thought, will remove other ideas, and then on its own, since it is indicating from where all comes from, it will vanish. So don't worry about that fire for freedom, about that desire to be yourself. It's your space now. Don't accept to keep a confusion, or if you don't accept whatever you hear, please tell, you see, it is your space, and you have the birthright to finally be freed. And it can be now. Yes, please.
I know about being quiet.
Keeping quiet?
I know how to keep quiet, and I would like to share that there's continuous feeling of unhappiness in this body-mind.
Yeah.
And it feels it has to do with the change of life, menopause. It feels like it's a continued PMS.
PMS?
PMS.
What is PMS? Huh? Of something unhappy?
Menstrual syndrome.
PMS or syndrome. Well,
Post. Just like before your period.
Oh, I'm far away from that, okay? Okay.
And it used to pass by in a couple of days, but now it just stays for weeks. And
so what do you want? That I remove your menopause?
shed some light on this, just the continued unhappiness, because
No, but you see, who is not happy? I just explained very basic, but it explains, it gives light to many things. Who is not happy?
I don't know, there's just a lot of unhappiness.
You don't know. It's very important to know. There is a lot of unhappiness in the body, and probably it affects your mind. But whose mind, whose body, to whom it belongs? It doesn't belong to me because that's not my experience.
Mm-hmm.
So it belongs to whom? Who feels so? Who has this experience? I don't think that this guy has this experience. That guy just near you. Huh?
So we can't experience this.
Yes, exactly. And what about her? I don't think she experiences this.
Perhaps not anymore.
Yeah, I speak of now. I speak of now. Huh?
Okay.
It's just to tell you that it belongs to somebody, to the one who speaks to me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even dare to say I experience this.
Mm-hmm.
Are you agreeing?
Yes, I do.
So why you didn't say I? What is there in I? When you say I, you see, listen. When you say I, it's not I alone, in fact. It has been reduced into I for the sake of easiness. It means I am the body-mind. I is body-mind. One has glued that to I.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you take yourself for a body-mind, and that is exactly the description I gave. You think you are body-mind, that's why you suffer. And there will be always some experience, because this body-mind goes on changing. It's never fixed. It goes on changing. With the time you have this and that, events, with time. You see? But how come I is always the same, and this body-mind is going on changing? So something is wrong to say, I am the body-mind. So you have to go and investigate. I feel so. It's a description, you agree? I describe myself this way, as you said.
Yeah.
So, from where I come? From where I come? You ask this question? Did you ask this question? Where do you go when you ask this question? From where do I come from?
I don't know, it's really confusing.
Better. Don't add confusing. I don't know. Confusing is because you immediately grasp what you knew before, which doesn't fit your I don't know now. And you say I don't know because for an instant you left behind all this trouble of body-mind. And you don't know where you go. Because from where I come is the only subjective question which will not bring you to a description. So the mind suddenly is at loss. Oh, I lose my references, even the body-mind, I don't know. Still speaking, but still losing its pride. So there, you see, go into that direction. There is peace and joy. And this body-mind, even the free beings, if you see the stories of lives of the masters, they still have things in their body. They still have. But they don't confuse who they are for the body-mind. Okay? So don't confine yourself only into time.
before you said it's for some time it takes tremendous effort. And in this life I've been searching
Yeah.
a long time.
Okay.
And when you say it takes tremendous effort, I feel, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump on this again, and I'm gonna make this effort again, because sometimes I've been, wavering. And so I would like to hear a bit more
Okay.
about that.
So, where are you now? Let's start from where you are now. What you would say?
I feel, I mean, right now,
Yes, it's better, yeah.
I feel more fire. I feel fire.
Okay.
Nervous.
Okay. You have fire for?
To get it.
You will not get it, huh? Listen, keep your fire, but don't go into getting it. You already are yourself. Listen well, maybe you will hear better now. You already are yourself, so there is no effort to make. It's not even needed, this fire. But if you land on the fire, you don't have to add a concept, have to get it. No, have the fire to dissolve your habits, the power of your habits to always gives you, taking you to time. And then you say sometimes I waver. Because you see, you identify still with time. You may have gone to deeper layer of this time, of this mind. Still mind. That's why you will have things, only wavering things. Liberation is totally something else. It's to be freed from the belief that where I feel I land is true. It's just a feeling. One day you will feel I land on fire and on trying to get it. After some time you will feel I land in silence. And then suddenly, oh, I land in some identification again. Oh, again I'm lost. It's because all this story is in time. So free yourself, even though the mind appears so. The mind appears to you as if you were landing somewhere. It's just a thought. Due to the past, it takes that shape. Are you what you can describe? No. Keep quiet. Keep quiet. So no, this is a direction. And when you keep quiet, there is no direction. So don't grasp a passing thought. Even though it looks very important. Yeah.
What is yourself? What is yourself?
You see, if I make you answer, or if I answer, what it will become, tell me.
What it will become?
What it will become if I give you an answer? A concept. A concept. Even if I tell you, it's nothingness. Concept. Who you are is nor something nor nothing.
But can you say yourself is everything that is appearing and disappearing? Is that yourself?
No. Oneself is not appearing and not disappearing. That is the mirage. That is the creation, the manifestation, what appears and disappears. What is aware of this coming and going? What is it? Where is the seer of that? That's who you are. Nothing after that.
What is that? You see it.
You can't be it. You can't make it out. Because if you make it out, you make it out. You describe it. Again, it's limitation.
So you cannot.
You cannot. You cannot work with your mind about it. You cannot make it out with your mind. Not a single best understanding will do. Because there is always somebody, I, who owns that understanding. And it is exactly the root cause, as I said, of this illusion. So there is nothing to do about this illusion. It's perfect as it is because it is yourself only. But as you believe something else, I have to say, don't catch anything of this creation thinking it's that.
It's also I that wants to understand.
Absolutely. It's clear now. Huh? It clicks well. So what you have to do, you keep quiet before grasping what I will suggest you. Very nice. But do it. Huh? Don't put it as an information in your memory again. Do it. Yes. I know.
When I'm doing well in my profession,
When?
when I'm doing well in my profession or when I'm doing well in my studies, these things don't come into my horizon of thinking. I don't think about the reality, the truth.
Okay.
When I am really not well, doing well in my profession, or for that matter, when I did not do well in my studies, the inclination to find out the other, what is, so to say, all the spiritual literatures came into my, vicinity,
Yeah.
and they make more sense. I feel they hold the truth.
Yeah.
The moment I start doing well in my career, profession,
Yeah.
when I'm feeling well in the material sense,
Yeah.
I start questioning, is this all true,
Yeah.
Is this all true?
But this is good. The investigation
Yeah,
starts.
it could just be a keen intellect can talk, can write, beautiful. So is this, like for example, if I write sugar tastes sweet on paper, I'm not going to feel the taste of sugar. I'm not going to get the taste of sugar. I have to taste sugar to know it is sweet.
But I think in this life we only taste, you see. Sweet, bitter, frustration, fulfillment. We only taste with this body-mind. It lives on food. You see, I feed all the time because I believe it's real. I believe it's the way. It's the way. It's the life. It is. So the investigation is exactly what never anybody does except a seeker after truth. But who am I? Who is this I who is always feeding something which anyway leaves you in unsatisfaction after all, or in changes? It always is transformed. How can I find peace? Isn't it? This is the investigation.
That is the kind of investigation I start doing when I'm not doing well.
Yeah, I know. It starts like this. One feels bad and then it does. When he feels well, oh no, it's not necessary. It doesn't even come. Doesn't matter. at least you start your investigation. So you know the direction of the investigation.
At least on paper. At least I read it on paper. Now I'm in front of you, I'm hearing from you.
Yes. And where it landed somewhere? Where it landed?
I mean, I can put it in words, but I'm only saying what I have read.
No. I ask you directly to this direct book. From where it lands, if I ask you, from where I come?
This.
Yes. Go always that direction. Okay?
But what does it mean, Mother? What does it mean?
Don't ask. Just trust. Because I think you may understand that it's because of I grasps, I gives food to mind and body, that it looks like it's a magie, no? It looks like real. It just looks like. The way to peace is from where I come. Who am I, said Ramana Maharishi. Who am I? He didn't give an answer in his mind. He just went along the direction of the question and kept quiet there. And whenever you feel at loss or that you are into a movement of the mind, doesn't matter. At once, stop, go back from where it came, to whom it came. A living book is better.
Yeah, that's why I came here for.
Yes. Yes.
You said understanding is a thought, but in the inquiry you say keep quiet, but is it also that you don't use your mind in it? It's confusing for me, the mind.
If you go there, you will not be confused. So let's go there. So the mind inquires, yeah? Understanding is still belonging to the mind. And I start really to see that the mind is a creation. It comes and goes. Whatever it brings are thoughts. It's only coming and going. Yeah? And it belongs to I. That I looks continuous. And yet, I glue this concept, I'm the body-mind. So it's not continuous. I'm born, I have a constantly change of life, and I die. Now what about if you don't glue anything to this I? What happens? An instant, you don't glue anything to this I.
You mean by being quiet?
I prefer not to hear I mean. You do it and then we tell. You see? For just an instant, I don't ask you something in time. An instant, you don't glue anything to this I. When you pronounce I, you don't even glue this remembrance body-mind. So now ask, what happens there?
I'm not sure.
So you can be sure. You are not sure because you still shiver. Maybe you are afraid. You grasp something, you know. But any moment, okay, from now, you try to give an instant to that. I am somebody I think I am, a woman, this and that, okay? I ask you for an instant, listen, it's really like a waking up. It's an instant. You don't somehow touch what you know of you. Keep quiet there. Because that, you see, shows you the direction when you feel lost, so that feeling doesn't become real. Otherwise, all this talk is in the dream. You never lose yourself, you are always yourself. But I have to speak to a dreamer. So to try to shake that dreamer, hey, give an instant of freedom from all your understandings, experiences, and gluing concepts to yourself. Keep quiet there. It gives you the absolute right direction to this search of liberation. That's all you have to do. Once you have seen the direction and once you keep quiet, you have now, you know yourself. Not in the sense that you can make it out, but you know who you are. And of course, there will be a period of time where all these habits, all those habits you know, will still appear, of course, and disappear. But you can always demystify them. Oh, these are old habits. I keep quiet. I'm not going to transform that. Otherwise, to transform illusions is quite a mad thing to do. You can still ask if not clear.
What I think
Yeah, sure.
is strange that you are born and you don't have an eye, and you don't know it.
Yeah.
You're part of something. And then they educate you. They say you're good, they say you're bad, you behave well. And so you are working on your eye.
Yeah.
And you go to school and you learn a lot of concepts and you
Sure.
need them in people. And then at a certain time in your life you have
Yeah.
to liberate yourself.
Yes. Yes.
And that's sometimes it's not confusing, but is that the way we learn? Is that
It's a paradox.
it's the paradox?
You know, the mind can only say it's a paradox, means it cannot solve that. It looks like we have to be ignorant to suddenly search to see all that was an hallucination.
Yeah, first you have to become the illusion,
Absolutely.
and then you have to
It's the
liberate
way it
yourself.
is.
Yes.
Because you see, those who don't search, they will never free themselves too.
That's it.
It's very strange.
Yeah,
But-
then you believe that that's your
It's a
identity,
paradox.
that's what you are.
But that's why, at some point, there is a worm in this beautiful apple of the creation. But I am always unsatisfied. I have this, or some express that I have a feeling of separation. And so you start to create a concept of oneness, harmony, love, and so on. And then you run after that. That's what I search. It fits my search. I'll go for it. And then you find masters in the history till now giving answer to that. And everyone has his own way. The way who says, you are already yourself. You have never been lost. You were in a big dream, which is this total manifestation after all. It's the expression of your own self. You may take it as the self itself when you are freed, but as long as you feel you are still glued to the dream or still in the dream, it's a total illusion. And there is some indication from where I, the dreamer, comes. The only exit. Nice. And keep quiet. Whatever happens.
let it happen.
Yeah, you cannot do anything anyway.
Yeah.
It happens to this I with body-mind, but you don't confuse yourself for I, body-mind.
Yeah, because then you keep distance?
No,
No?
no. You see that once. You wake up.
Yeah.
I can have this analogy. You just wake up. It's a dream. You don't need to repeat that. There is a period of time for a few, and the generality is a few, to be vigilant for a while. Be vigilant when necessary, that, I don't go there. I have seen. It's part of the hallucination. I don't go there. I will not feed that. You see?
Yeah. Thank you.
There is nothing else to understand.
Ganga, I've once had an experience a year ago that I watched a Papaji Satsang online. It was on bliss and joy and beyond. And somehow I came into a very pleasant state, which was very sweet. And so I just thought, don't think.
Yeah.
It stayed, and I went to bed, and I just had a little thought like, I hope it will be there when I wake up. But I let that go. And then I woke up and it was still there.
The bliss,
Yes.
okay, it was still there.
But
Okay.
then in the afternoon I had a performance
Yeah.
theater, and then I played a different role, and I was completely out of it.
Yeah. Can I explain you
Yeah.
why it happened?
Yeah. It's,
Because you see, you took a wave off for that, for reality. You see, what's real is uncompromising. You cannot mistake even a wave which translates that, like bliss and joy, sweetness or peace. Still, it's not that. It comes from somewhere. But if you take reality for this experience, for example, you will be washed away because it's in time, it's a description, it's an experience of I. So it will never last. And so you have to understand very well, because when those things happen, more and more you may learn your lesson. Okay, it's there, welcome. Still, it's not who I am. It comes from me, it's not who I am. You let it pass and you will not feel lost. Mm. So never take an experience for it. But you still have not lost yourself. You may have lost an experience. So never try to go back to an experience which looks true. Otherwise you will be miserable, because it's an utopia. You can't fix an experience. It will never be permanent.
but are there then also states, like when you, let's say, when you don't connect to your mind, are there also different states then? Because you feel differently anyhow, although you know...
You see, the mind has so many layers, so many levels of that, of course, when you investigate, still you work with your mind and you land always in some deeper layer. That's how people get more and more deep experiences, but they are still experiences. So once you don't grasp your coming mind, your appearing mind, that's different. Then you are in no layer. You don't grasp them. They may appear, but you don't create an eye to grasp them because you don't want to be fooled again. Because as soon as you do that, you see magic. It looks real. I will not take the risk for a while when one is there. A corpse, in this case, the corpse of the mind may still resurrect. I will not take the risk. Oh, yes, please.
In French.
You can do.
Au fond, la libération, c'est une paix profonde. Liberation is a profound peace.
It's not even. C'est même pas profond.
It's not even profound.
C'est la paix.
C'est la
C'est la paix. C'est une description
It's a description
pour dire quelque chose.
to say something.
Mais c'est le contraire de
It's the contrary
la paix et la non-paix.
of peace and non-peace.
Mais est-ce que c'est un état de bonheur permanent?
Is it a state of permanent happiness?
Je ne dirais pas ça.
I wouldn't say so.
C'est enfin être libéré des états.
It's to be freed from states.
Et je voudrais quand même ajouter,
I would like to add,
libérer des états, mais ça ne veut pas
freed from
dire
states doesn't mean
que les états ne vont plus
that
réapparaître
the
dans le
states will
corps
not reappear in the
et
body
le
and
mental.
in the mind.
Mais la confusion
The confusion
est irrémédiablement disparue.
has disappeared forever.
And when there is still waves of non-confusion and then some confusion, it means there is still a shade of I, a seed of I. The rope may be burnt, but there are still ashes of I. In that way I say, when it's not necessary, keep quiet. When it is necessary because you feel you enter into sometimes, you keep quiet means be vigilant. Keep quiet, be vigilant with full force, not to even be compassionate with your mind once. It's too risky. And you start to know the value of it, the value of not being fooled by your own mind and own beliefs. So you will give full value to just keep quiet, not grasping. Is it clear for everybody? Otherwise, please ask, you see, you came, you have to clarify your mind if it is needed. Huh?
Could you say something more about the word acceptation?
Acceptation is the back of rejection. It is part of that coin. The creation, I call it, can be compared as a coin. It has a face and a, I don't know in English.
Say in French.
Huh?
In French? What's a coin?
Pile et face,
Oh,
the back
yes.
of the coin. So, before you started to say neti neti, for example, I reject everything because I hear it's not me. And then at some point it will come, oh, but I accept. Who is rejecting? Who?
Me.
I.
I. Yeah.
Who is accepting? I.
So that's
So it is the mind.
Yeah.
And so this acceptance will give you good for a while in the life. Maybe you will have a better life, let's say. That probably, you see. But you are not liberating yourself from illusions. So I would not even suggest acceptance. I suggest okay. I always take myself for I, from where it comes, and go. It is not an answer like you have in the mind. Suddenly, no, it's, you just go with the question. It's a movement, counter movement.
Yeah, and could it be part of the process? Or?
It is a process.
Yes.
It
it's
is
a
the
process.
ultimate process in a way.
Yeah.
And where the question ends, keep quiet. It's from where the mind rises.
Yeah, yeah.
See? There is the direction. What you would like to hear?
Is it true that at some point then keeping quiet gets easier? Because it really feels like a tremendous effort.
Yeah, because it is still
when you
I.
promise it gets easier.
Listen, it will not get easier, it will not be necessary. That's better, isn't it? Okay. But you see, you have to be maybe very clear. Keeping quiet is one of the best indications to tell, okay, you have gone from where I rises, now keep quiet. It's a kind of, you know now from where everything rises, you see. You keep quiet only when necessary, only when I with full force, looks like, presents you things and then you are fascinated again and boom, you are in the dream. To wake up, you know the trick now. It's a trick. Oh, I became a dreamer. From where it comes from. Keep quiet, where there is nothing there. Still, there must be, as I say, a warm corpse still. Very risky if you are not vigilant. If that one, gets vigilant, means for a while, and that for a while is not into the control of anybody. can be a day, a minute, it's very rare. 10 days, 10 months, 10 years, all life. Who cares? Who cares? Why? Because to be liberated is the most precious gift you can give yourself in all those millions of years of evolution. You have to know the value of it. Then you will not ask this question.
Yeah, if you don't touch it, it doesn't matter whether it's warm or cold, the corpse.
Of course. I only explain why you put this question is because I still making a lot of effort sometimes to be vigilant, not to be taken. It means there is still some warmth there in the eye, some seed. It has not disappeared fully as a belief. That way I see. But it can disappear now. Ah.
Excuse me.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if it, if some postponement is juicy, enjoyable.
The mind wants to know what is vigilance.
Of course. As if he didn't know.
Hoe schrijf je?
Hmm?
Waakzaam. Okay.
I would love to point out not to vigilance. I point out you are already yourself. That is the main indication to be taken. Now, if you cannot take it, I speak one step a bit in the dream. And the best to hear in this dream, go back from where I rises. Looks like a rise. Is it clear? Have you some experience to share that you want to see what it is? You know, it's not, I tell you, you can go to satsang all your life without speaking. It may not work, I tell you. Because you sit for a while on a suppressed question, doubts or convictions. It's better to check. You take it or not, that's your problem. But you have to check. You never know. When you are identified, you don't know it. You think this is it, you see. Except if you are still a seeker searching. But often I am in front of all seekers. So finally they found something. Good to check. Unless you are so happy there, I will surely not disturb you. Then don't ask. That's the choice of everybody, of course.
Ganga? There are moments of quietness and bliss, and always followed by regret.
Yeah. And you were not going to tell me that? Eh?
No, we just did an invitation.
Okay. Yes, you see, it's what you express is totally natural in this world. Because if you know bliss and all those beautiful waves due to your search, you must have searched and you must have attained those space of beauty, whatnot. Since it is the mind, it's dual. The mind is dual, you see. So after bliss will come depression. Especially if you lose the bliss. It's not yet that. Or you will invent, I'm not enough serious or pure or worth that I cannot keep this bliss. I tell you, nobody can keep this bliss. Nobody. It is meant to come, appear, disappear. It will never be permanent. It's a wave of your own self. But since you thought it's real, because of course it's really another experience than what the daily life offers you, you went to deeper levels of consciousness. Still consciousness, still the mind. Still an appearance, a creation. So you have been fooled by your own experience, by this I who attained finally something, but it sometimes is there, the time is there. So don't think that you have known what is not subject to time. It's not that the bliss will be one day permanent. It is impermanent as anything else in the mind and body. Now it's a fantastic time to ask, who knows? Is depression when you are in depression or in bliss? Dare to ask, who knows this bliss? From where I come. Keep right there. There nothing will trouble you. And you can try now. Do it now. If anything rises, then you tell me. Like this you can see. Yeah? Any attainment you see is still in time. It was not there before. Suddenly you attain something because of long practice or whatever. And then it goes because you work with the mind. What about the practitioner? What about the meditator? What about I? That's forgotten.
Is it right when or can I say that to any attainment there is an expectation somehow glued?
To that it stays, of course.
Yeah.
It's right. But it doesn't work. You know it. So you learn your lesson. Even bliss, you see, even silence, it's the one I know, it's not that. No, I surrender. There is no way out. If this is not even that, I surrender. The surrender is what? From where I come from. Keep quiet. Do you understand everything? I will first. Yeah. Yeah.
No, and just to this, for my eye, it looks like when the self itself reveals and the bliss comes, this is kind of a fulfillment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my expectation is fulfilled because the bliss
Yeah.
is there, and then I feel something.
Your
like,
expectation is fulfilled because the bliss is there? No, because you are yourself. You are ever yourself. If you say it's because the bliss is there, then you fulfilled a concept of freedom which was bliss.
Yeah, this is what I want to describe. Because when I look at it, I can feel like it's like the fulfillment is there. It's not getting vivid. It's more getting, I would say, okay.
This is done.
This
Next.
is done. Yeah, exactly.
Next.
But this comes automatic. It's just like
No, but you have to
the
learn your
program.
lesson, my dear. Whatever you run after will be fulfilled at some point.
Yeah.
But this is the world of the desires, of the concepts. This is in the hallucination of I. Who you are, what's the realization of who I am, is just, I always have been there. Where I have been all those years. What an hypnotism. That's all. But when I say that's all, it looks small. It is not.
So until now, it looks like that the bliss all time
It washes you
washes
away.
me away.
The bliss washes you
Yeah.
away because it's too much fitting your
Yeah.
ideal of concept of freedom.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Now I suggest run after freedom and not bliss. Means don't run anywhere anymore. Don't expect it has to appear this way or that way, because it will only be according to your concepts. And you will be washed away again. You understand everything from what you read? Because you're keeping quiet, I wonder what it is. You don't need any clarity?
I'm full of doubts, full of questions.
Full of doubts, and you sleep with that. You carry dearly with you. You have to throw the bag. You have to throw the bag of doubts. Or you do it at once, knowing the mind will only doubt. And that's how I've been fooled. I don't go there. Or bring your doubts and you see.
This is my line of thinking, Mother, that how do I do it? I want to wipe it off in one single...
Like this, how you will do it? You think you are victim of your doubt. I alone cannot live without a doubt. This is food, I exist. I, the one I think I am, exist on that. So, to cut off with doubts, listen, it's very simple. To cut off with doubts, where you have to go? I have doubts. From where I come.
But how can you say that?
I want to see if it does it. Wait, I come to you. Do you understand or not? You see, from where I come is a direction. It's not like, not to say, I want to have my glass, I just pick it up, and it's not a direction, it's just actions and whatnot. if you can say, I doubt, it's already an expression, a description of yourself, isn't it? But you believe it's you. Otherwise, it's a simple description. Yes or no?
Yes.
Ah, interesting. So, from where you see it's a description? You have to go from where you see it's a description. Keep quiet there. An instant. Don't make it a state. It's of no use. Do you see? Investigate there. Investigate. Be busy a few days with that. And then you see. Okay? Yes, please.
Yes, well, how I think I understand a lot.
Okay, nice for you.
But how can we escape the paradox?
Okay, how to escape the
The
paradox?
paradox of being in the mind, being the mind body, and being in time.
Not grasping how. Because how is the gateway to the doubt of the mind. Again, you think the mind will bring you something real. It will never bring something real. This mind is made out of dream. It will never make you real. So don't grasp the how. What about this?
Yeah.
How, you ask them how to. Don't grasp the how. Because then you grasp as if how was real. As if the mind could ever speak about who you are.
Yeah, but the mind comes back.
But don't grasp it. My mind always appears and disappears. He always comes back. Don't have the concept that the mind never comes back. As long as this body-mind is alive, it will reappear and again and again. The big difference is I don't take myself for the mind. That's all.
So it can be simultaneous. The mind can exist and do its thing, and at the same time you can know.
The mind, in reality, the mind is your own self. So there is not even simultaneity. But the mind understands this way, quite acceptable, but you see, if you start to have understanding this way, you will have, after that, a better understanding. And you don't stop to work with your mind. The thing is to be suddenly aware that you will not make it with the mind. You will not do. It will not help you. It helps when you don't grasp the mind. And it will take the form of the most dear concept or curiosity you may have in the mind about it. It will appear again and again with great force. But no, I don't go there. It will again so-called veil me. I don't go there. It is an illusion. You have to get that. That's right. How are you, madame? How are you? What have you done?
Mind picks up things.
Yes.
I try to say to myself, keep quiet here.
Okay, so you see it, you are more aware of it, yeah?
Yeah.
You are that which is aware of it, and in a way, I say keep quiet there, not to always go with your habits. Even when that feeling of depression comes, Keep quiet. It's just a feeling, just a thought, because of your past. Don't grasp it. Even of bliss. Nothing wrong, it appears, you see, you enjoy. But don't be the enjoyer. Okay, beautiful. Okay, ugly. Don't be the enjoyer. Yeah.
I had this kind of idea that it would be permanent bliss.
I know.
And somehow I see it's not permanent bliss at all, but this life changed.
Yes.
But it's a kind of, I see it now as kind of small deception.
Mind is disappointed not
Yeah,
to have a permanent
disappointment.
bliss, not to have a permanent attainment. Because you see, the mind suggested that. For him, probably in you, it was the best concept to attain, to be happy, or to be the best for you. It was bliss. So you run after that until you meet a master who says to you, listen, very good. You have known that it's like the best cake in your journey, but still it is an attainment. The proof is that it's not always there. And don't form, as I said, an idea that one day this will be permanent. No. It is made out of mind, which is unsubstantial by nature. It will never be permanent. And of course, it is an expression of who I am. Of who I am when exactly I don't run anymore after fixing an attainment or after a fantastic concept to attain or after anything. I am already myself. This is the best bliss or joy or peace I have, but it will never be objectified. Otherwise it becomes again dual in time, a wave of bliss, a wave of joy, a wave of death, a wave of whatever. They are waves. All what we can describe is just a wave, including understanding, including the one who owns all that, you see. In this world of attainment, there are some heroes. Oh, that one has attained this, that one has attained that, in this spiritual world. But you see, once you free yourself, what does it mean? You realize, you make it real what was already realized. It's a funny sentence, but it's like that. I'm never lost, I'm always myself. And it means nothing, it means there is nobody there also to claim at anything. You see, an attainment looks like a new dream has appeared. Uncompromised. You cannot play with the dream here. You cannot keep it. You cannot keep even a name or a form here. Uncompromising by nature.
I'm not as clear, but it's since yesterday evening there's something hooked in with my son. We had a dinner together, and I'm sitting just in amazement about how I totally in the discussion yesterday evening about my spiritual path, and how he don't like it or something. I don't know, but I feel present now by that experience, and it's
okay.
This
You
because
feel.
it's my son.
Listen. Okay. You feel something deeply. It's part of the dream.
Yeah.
You don't need to transform it. You don't need also to fix it. Who are you, in fact? You see, the eye doesn't like to hear this, but still, who are you? And there is nothing wrong to feel so. It's in the dream. Don't transform it. It will pass. It came.
But is the hook that I have to do something? That
No!
I have to phone in
No!
today.
You have not to do anything.
Yeah.
It
But that's why
will
I
be
asked.
done by itself. If you keep quiet in your own self, this dream, you see, solves itself or not. It is illusory.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah.
It was suddenly.
Then you have hand-to-hand grasp. Be vigilant. It's like that.
Now that's the amazement that it totally open.
We have done that always. It's an old habit, especially with intimates, of course. It's very strong. That's why it is often attachments are mentioned or desires. You see, what veils, after all, it's attachment. And desires means a grasping in this world, of course. Now, we have not to work on that. We have to see the unreality of it. How? From where I experienced that, from where this experimentator came from. Keep quite there. It's not transforming the dream. No use, of no use. But just to remind your own self. That is the tool given by satsang, you see. You know the direction now. When needed, otherwise, where is the direction? Here, one can say, like the famous book of Papaji, nothing ever happened. You see, we cannot escape from the dream also. Your body, mind, and all what is attached to that, you have to live in your dream. You cannot escape it. You just have to be vigilant or remind yourself, or you can say, abide in what you are, always. Cannot escape.
necessary for escape.
Exactly.
Because
Nothing
it's
happened.
beauty, it's me too. So it's
Nothing happened, in fact. Nothing happened.
Yes, Mira. When I try to let awareness rest in itself, I still see that there is a tendency for it to grasp onto something bodily, in a bodily sensation.
Yeah, sure,
So
sure.
can you describe
Yeah.
or explain?
But you see, who is aware of that? What is aware of that? It is not, you try to get the awareness, or to, this is like, the small I, still wants to own what is vaster than him. You see, it's defeat. You can't. It's a defeat. So know that this movement is an illusion. Is it? Is it clear?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Okay. So when it appears to you, don't go there. Like clouds, you see, we don't touch every cloud. Don't go there. You may have some strength to develop because it was quite dear to you as a concept or whatever, an experience. Now you do it. You don't go there. And keep quiet. And don't try to know what is there when you keep quiet. Because again you will do the same funny thing, that loop, you see.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So just leave it alone. And loops may happen, old habits. There is nothing true there. Don't catch it. But you cannot also control that it doesn't appear. Let them appear and disappear. Allez, hop, next. Quiet.
It's like standing back all the time.
You think it's standing back because you have been using to go to with movement. Actually, you just stay as you always have been. Better, huh?
Yes.
I think. Do you want to say something? I'm still open. Otherwise, we meet tomorrow.
I have something came because
Sure,
we were talking
please.
about bliss, and you say to reject bliss, but we are talking about Satchitananda,
Oh,
right?
can I reject bliss? I didn't say to reject bliss.
I said to reject bliss.
No. I said, let it come, appear. Let it go. Don't take it for yourself. So don't be an enjoyer. That's all. Good? You feel safe? Okay. So you want to maintain your bliss. Okay.
No, not necessarily. So, but I mean, I'm stuck in the concept of Satchitananda.
Yeah, you are stuck. Right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
I see that rising because I'm objecting, what about Satchitananda?
Yeah. Everybody is stuck with Satchitananda because it's written in all the sacred pages.
Exactly, right.
But in the real satsang, it is demystified.
It is demystified.
Yeah. It's only an experience. It's an appearance. Don't go there. Let it appear, of course. This dream, who wants to transform it?
No, I'm somewhere else.
Okay. But tell me, how can I guess?
Right. Well, let's go back to if I is if about the different states, right? The dream state, the sleep state, and the waking state, right? So we see the bliss is rising in the waking state, yeah.
Yeah.
Then we are, but we can also be aware of the sleep state where there is absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. You are aware of the sleep state? I am not. I see. I am very
Well, well, normally, like sort of one, of course, is not. Like sort of,
You see, I tell you, when one reads books,
no, it was not about books. I'm sorry.
Okay, but when one hears or whatever, one can have extraordinary spiritual concept, like awareness. If it is understood with the mind, it will be, you have to be aware in each state you are. Somebody, I tell you, a German guru, he phoned me to Brussels, he said, I teach, I give satsang myself, but one thing is not really clear. And he asked me, are you aware when you sleep? I said, when I sleep, I sleep. He was furious. Clack! Oh. He was furious because it was dear to him. He worked hard to be aware in all the states, thinking it was the truth. No, but I just say, because I know that one. It's even written in a Upanishad when it's not understood, when people take it like this. You are awareness, you are yourself always. Oh, listen. You are yourself always. Awareness rises, listen, when needed. Otherwise, yourself keeps quiet. Doesn't even need awareness. Listen. I would never say that who you are is even awareness. Who knows this? You will never know it, and that's the beauty, because then you can never be lost. You are always yourself.
I notice that at the moment I'm not able to take in what you're saying, because I just had this thing not so long ago, like as I was sleeping, like sort of there was, let's say, there was an awareness of nothingness, and then I woke up and then there was awareness of somethingness.
Beautiful, okay.
Like, and that was the first time that I was actually aware while I was sleeping of nothingness. There was nothing. There was. Do you know what I'm saying? How can I say it?
No, it's okay. Is it here now?
Well, there was this, so there was awareness of nothingness, and then then I woke up. I woke up, and then there was awareness of somethingness. So yes, there was awareness of somethingness right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's right now. Yes.
You are aware. Then why you ask this question? Why you ask this question? What is the problem? Where is the doubt about it?
Well, we're talking about waking while sleeping, basically, right?
Not me. I don't have a problem with that.
I didn't say it was a problem.
You see. One can have a lot of different experiences. I
Right.
don't deny that you may have got this experience in the sleep, in the waking state. They are insights, a kind of revelation. But you see, a revelation is still not it. Because a revelation reveals part. It's like a glimpse. You see one hair of the tail of the elephant.
Right.
And then you will think, this is it. But you see, you go back to your mind because the mind is still crowded with concepts. If your mind were empty, if you knew you have not to grasp any idea, any concept, even any experience, it would drop. It will remain in the amount of experiences, quite revealing, and yet still mind. You understand what I mean? Okay, then be quiet about it. It's beautiful experiences which may come on the way. But don't confuse yourself with the one who lives that.
The one
who lives that. was this experience, they come and go. They come and go. Don't take anything which comes and go for reality. And don't think that this is real, but I veil it because. No, it's not real. It's simply not real. It's not here, it's not real. Mm-hmm.
I will
Yes,
digest what you
please.
say.
If you come tomorrow, then we can see what came to you and what I can reply to. Okay. Very nice.
Yes.
I thank you very much.